Welcome to Movie Cap. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. A group of associates has come to a Japanese-style restaurant to have a meal and celebrate, but suddenly, someone outside quietly shoots at the security, and those inside are unaware. The next scene shows a girl and a man enjoying drinks in a club. The Japanese businessman gifts the foreign associate a sword and tells him to give it a try. He starts performing actions with the sword, and suddenly someone silently shoots it, creating chaos. No one can understand who is shooting the bullets and from where. They are desperately searching, and then one by one, everyone starts getting shot, and they begin to die. In the club, the boy and the girl are drinking shot after shot of tequila. As they keep drinking, the boy gets intoxicated, but the girl encourages him to keep drinking. The killer shoots each person one by one, and everyone tries to fight back, but no one succeeds. A man who was taking foreigner associates' video gets killed. His phone falls to the side, capturing the incident on video. Everyone is scared, pleading with him to spare them, but he doesn't stop and continues to kill them all. In the end, he goes to the main businessman and he kills him too. The killer comes out and sits in the car. The girl driving the car asks him if everything went well, so he instructs her to turn on the TV. The girl drives the car and stops by a riverside, and the killer changes a part of the gun and throws one of the parts into the river. The killer and the girl reach a place where their boss suggests that they take a break from their criminal activities for a year. He arranges new identity cards for both of them and sends them to Osaka, asking them to pretend to be siblings, and gives him a bird as a farewell present. The man advises the killer to live a normal life for a year and warns that if he commits any killings during this time, he will be killed by him. Two contract killers arrive at the Japanese restaurant and are surprised to see everyone dead. They think that their contract might have been given to another killer who efficiently killed them all. Meanwhile, the businessman's wife arrives, and the boys kill her too. Akira and Yoko have left for Osaka. Yoko tells Akira that he speaks in the Kansai dialect, so he replies that he can switch to the Osaka dialect. A director comes to the office and enters the president's cabin. He asks the president whether they should hide the hitman. The boss replies that this is why they are still surviving. Then, the director asks her how Fable looks, and he says she doesn't know because they have kept everything strictly confidential. The director mentions that this is bad timing because Kojima is about to be released from jail. Akira and Yoko reach the president's cabin. Ebihara takes them to the company's condo. Afterward, he takes them to the garage, instructing them not to touch the standing car. However, both of them get into the car and start driving. Yoko and Akira go to a club to have some drinks. Yoko tells him that she'll have a boyfriend this year. As they leave for home, two guys on the way stop Akira and start assaulting him. Akira does not defend himself and does not fight back because and pretends that it is hurting him a lot. After beating Akira, those guys get into the car, revealing that they were sent by Ebihara. As Akira gets up, a girl approaches, offering him a handkerchief as blood flows from his nose. The contract killer gets hold of the phone containing the recorded video of Fable. He approaches a guy to inquire about the password. However, once he shares the password, killer still ends up eliminating him. Ebihara arrives at Akira's dorm and takes Akira to a basement where he instructs him to defeat a wrestler, stating that if Akira wants to stay in Osaka for another year, he must accomplish this task. Akira defeats the wrestler and then tells Ebihara that he can now take care of him. Ebihara, angered, questions why Akira would hesitate after committing so many murders. However, Akira refuses, stating that his boss has prohibited him, and he wants to live an ordinary life for another year. Ebihara takes Akira to a restaurant and tells him that a man is going to be released from jail next week after 8 years. Kojima, while riding a bicycle, stabs a man with a knife. Akira tells Ebihara that he plans to play video games like the new guys. Akira locates the girl who gave him the handkerchief standing at the signal and asks Ebihara if he knows her, and Ebihara tells him that she is a very nice girl. Kojima asks the man how much he can return today from the money he gave him. The man says he can return. However, Kojima gets angry that he will return only 6 million after 8 years to the given 3 million and shoots him. Akira starts looking for job opportunities around his house. On the way, he sees that girl from the signal. The girl recognizes Akira and, upon seeing a resume in his hand, she offers to help him based on his delivery experience. Akira's job will be to deliver the finished products to the client. They will pay him 800 yen per hour for this work, and he agrees to work. Kojima arrives at the Ebihara office, and the director welcomes him, giving him 5 million. Just then, Ebihara arrives, and upon seeing him, he becomes emotional and hugs him. They both go outside, and Sunagawa, surprised to see Kojima, expresses amazement that despite what he did, he is still here, and says that he knows that he went to meet Kazama, to which Kojima says that he has not met him yet, but he intends to meet him soon as he owes him a lot. There is about to be a fight between the two, but Ebihara stops it and takes Kojima away. Ebihara is cooking. Kojima expresses to Ebihara that the office has changed, to which Ebihara informs, and now they have to pay juniors as well to work. Kojima asks is that why he also received 5 million, to which Ebihara asks if he is complaining about it. Akira's boss takes everyone to a restaurant for Akira's welcome. Akira becomes suspicious of the employee sitting in front of him. He quietly observes the employee trying to make a video of Misaka with a hidden recorder. However, the Akira tricks him by changing the angle of the video. Akira returns home and takes out his knife, which triggers his childhood flashback. He remembers as a kid being in the jungle, eating live worms from a tree and hunting with the same knife. His boss arrives with a body. They sit by the river. The boss emphasizes the importance of using one's senses correctly. When asked about the tied-up man in front of them, boss explains that he didn't obey, so they need to get rid of him. As the boss goes to drink water, the tied-up man tries to trick Akira and take the gun. However, Akira pulls the trigger to distract him, and the boss shoots the man. Akira gets shot on his left shoulder and he comes out of his flashback. Akira receives a call from Misaka, and she tells him that she has lost the keys to her house and if she can stay with Akira's sister. Akira visits Ebihara's room. Kojima opens the door, and Akira explains that he needs to meet Ebihara. Kojima goes to call Ebihara and finds him lying in the bathroom. Akira checks Ebihara's pulse and informs them that he had a heart attack. Ebihara is admitted to the hospital, and Kojima informs him that the heart attack occurred due to arrhythmia. Kojima asks about Akira, and Ebihara, surprised, questions if he has met Akira. Kojima explains that Akira came to see him yesterday but left after calling an ambulance. Ebihara mentions that he only knows that Akira is a relative of the president. Kojima probes further, asking if Akira is the hitman, but Ebihara avoids giving a direct answer. He warns Kojima not to do anything wrong until he is discharged from the hospital, stating that he has found a job. Misaka is attempting to create a graphic design of a lion but is dissatisfied. She decides to ask Akira for help. Akira shows her doodles of a lion, zebra, giraffe, and a zoo master. Both Misaka and her boss are delighted with the design. Impressed by Akira's contribution, Misaka's boss decides to give Akira a promotion. Kojima approaches Misaka outside her room and presents her with an offer to serve high society clients, enabling her to repay her father's debts within 3 months and potentially cover the medical expenses for her ill mother. However, Misaka declines the offer and threatens to call the police. Kojima insists that he's just presenting a business proposal, but warns that he could harass her family and everyone associated if she refuses. Ebihara's man informs him that according to his suspicions, Kojima has indeed started pimping, and Tsunagawa is gathering more men in his gang. Yoko, feeling bored and alone, is sipping on drinks at the club when 2 contract killers arrive. One of them approaches her but then suddenly leaves. Still, in search of Fable, both are outside when Tsunagawa calls them into his car. He expresses his desire to rule the organization quickly but has heard that there is an incredibly skilled hitman on the other side. Misaka receives a call that the pub is closed today because someone has attacked the manager. Misaka suspects Kojima's involved, so she calls him to inquire. Kojima denies any current involvement but suggests that he might consider such actions in the future. Misaka firmly states that she will not engage in the activities he mentioned under any circumstances and abruptly ends the call. Kojima sends Misaka a message with photos of her mother, indicating that she needs to comply with his demands for her mother's. Misaka reluctantly agrees to do the job and instructs them to stay away from her mother. Misaka's boss approves all the drawings by Akira and instructs Misaka to get layouts using them. Meanwhile, Akira, who is cleaning the store, discovers another camera and decides to hide it. Misaka approaches Akira and invites him to dinner. Akira asks why, and Misaka explains that she wants to thank her for the help his drawings have provided. Misaka and Akira are having dinner, and Misaka asks Akira if he ever felt scared when he was alone in the jungle at night. Akira explains that he didn't believe in God, but he trusted that nature treated everyone fairly and sensibly. While returning home, Akira tells Misaka that next time he will treat her, but she declines the offer. However, she suggests that he can thank her by drawing her picture instead. Misaka goes to Kojima and requests that she will only do the job he mentioned for 1 year. Kojima asks her to sign a temporary employment agreement, but suddenly, there is a knock on the door. Ebihara reaches Akira's house and seeks help, explaining that Kojima is not answering his calls. Akira refuses to get involved and suggests he ask one of his men for assistance. However, Ebihara cannot seek help from anyone else in this matter. In return for assistance, he offers his car. Akira arrives at Kojima's condo and starts examining the place. As he does so, he visualizes what might have happened to Kojima. In the midst of this, he notices a magazine featuring Misaka's picture. Akira calls Ebihara and informs him that Kojima has been kidnapped but is still alive. Tsunagawa stages Kojima's kidnapping, and his men bring Kojima to his hideout. Tsunagawa wants Kojima to claim that it was Ebihara who ordered him to kill Kazama. However, Kojima threatens Tsunagawa, saying that Ebihara has sent a hitman after him. The contract killers, upon hearing this, are pleased and inform Tsunagawa that the hitman is a genius. Tsunagawa orders his men to gather more men and prepare for the situation. Akira is preparing his weapons for the fight when Yoko arrives and tells boss has forbidden him from any conflict. But Akira reveals that the goons have also kidnapped Misaka, and he needs to rescue her. Upon hearing this, Yoko decides to join him in helping to save Misaka. In the hospital, Ebihara wakes up and finds himself tied up. Akira's boss appears and reprimands him to involve Akira in his affairs. The boss explains that he wanted Akira to live a normal life for a year, hoping it would motivate him to continue that lifestyle indefinitely. He warns Ebihara that if he has to kill Akira, Ebihara will be the next target. Ebihara's man brings Akira and Yoko to Tsunaga, where one of Tsunagawa's men is forcefully trying to get physical with Misaka. Akira arrives at the scene and swiftly incapacitates the man, rescuing Misaka and bringing her outside. The contract killers discover through the shutting of CCTV that Fable has arrived at the location. Upon entering the room to apprehend him, they find only that unconscious man. Tsunagawa's men have restrained Kojima, and they are eagerly waiting for Akira, ready with their guns and weapons. Akira enters with a shield, and as soon as he steps inside, everyone starts shooting at him. Akira manages to rescue Kojima successfully and moves him quietly. Tsunagawa, detecting their location on the camera, dispatches his men to capture them. Unfortunately, Kojima unintentionally makes a slight noise, potentially jeopardizing their stealth. Misaka is trying to hide, and a contract killer spots her. Akira is fighting Tsunagawa's men, and he notices the contract killer running behind Misaka. He starts following them, killing every goon coming his way. Tsunagawa arrives to attack Kojima, and a fight ensues between the two. Misaka, in an attempt to save herself, swings to another location, and hangs on by clinging to the pipe. Akira is about to reach Misaka to rescue her when the second contract killer launches an attack on her. At that moment, Yoko arrives and reaches Misaka to rescue her. Yoko successfully defeats the contract killer, and as Akira fights, he manages to defeat the other contract killer as well. Misaka falls from the pipe, and Akira rushes to save her, managing to rescue her, but she becomes unconscious in the process. Misaka arrives at Akira's place where he and Yoko are drinking. Yoko invites her to join them, and Akira presents her with the painting he has drawn for her. Akira retrieves Kojima from the car trunk and hands him over to Ebihara, who proceeds to kill Kojima. Ebihara informs Akira that he knows he didn't kill anyone. All of Tsunagawa's men begin to rise, but Akira's boss intervenes and kills the contract killers. He then retrieves the phone containing the recorded video of Fable. Ebihara shows Tsunagawa pictures of the supposedly deceased Kojima. Akira starts to live a peaceful life. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.